All right, well that's it. We'll call this part D, I guess. We got the big carb manifold pretty much set, right? We mounted that flange. Seems to be pretty straightforward stuff. The throw on this carburetor is a little bit longer than the 40 millimeter. So this little connection, this little end here is different as well. It doesn't have the slot cut in it with the with the little recess for the barrel for the the lead ball, whatever you want to call it, the little deal on the end of the cable. So yeah, we're gonna have to have two cables, one for each carburetor, one for each setup. So the housing should be the same length. You know, it's relatively. I mean, this one actually looks a little tighter, measured, and they seem to be about almost the same. So a little here, a little there shouldn't make any difference. As long, we'll just leave the housing a little long, and we'll just have a cable for each setup. This should still be a pretty quick change. Once the cart's up in air, side panels off, I'm thinking 20 minutes. 20 minutes, even changing the cable. Piece of cake. So take the body off, all done, body back on, cart running. 30 minutes at the max. 30 minutes, Bob. And I'm hoping if we get a test day going here. I prefer June. It gives me a little more time to get ready, and I know the weather will be gorgeous. I'd do it. I'd run a little carb and make sure we're happy with the motor and all that, and there's no bogging and none of that kind of stuff. We're happy with the fuel delivery and all that. And then this would be just an added bonus, right? Just throw the big setup on, the giant setup on. I'll get it right one of these times. And go from there, right? And give it a go, give it a try. So let me sit you down and we'll see the difference in the size of the. Just sit right there. The size of the 45 to the 40 millimeter. Obviously, it's 2.5 millimeters either side, right? But I just want you to take a look at it. I drilled this. This aluminum is I don't know if it's 6061 or not. It probably is. It's relatively soft. I know a lot of guys like to use fine thread everything. They don't like coarse thread, but me, and especially in softer aluminum, I'd give up a little thread per inch just to have a deeper thread with the coarser thread. I'm sorry. So I went with 5/16/18 with the bolts. And again, it's a blind hole. We didn't drill her all the way through. What we did have to do, though, once we tapped the holes, was grind the end of the tap down so the threads would go right to the bottom. And they make blind hole taps. I just didn't feel like running back over to the trailer to get one. So I just ground it down and thread it all the way to the bottom of the hole, and she tightens up real nice. You can see what we got going on here. Let me grab you. You can see that in the sheen there to shine, I scribed a little line right on the edge of that black stuff because, let's be honest, it's just magic marker. As you start working on it, it's going to disappear. So we put the black marker on it right up, about like I said, you know, about an eighth of an inch or a little more, 3/16, and we'll work that thing down. But I just wanted to get that going, at least get this bit of it done today, and get that going, and go from there. That's it for today with this. We're done. My back is a little sore, so we're gonna get ready for dinner. It's dinner time. It did warm up a bit, right? It warmed up 10 degrees, 12 degrees, 14 degrees. The breeze still has a little chill to it, so I'm still wearing the hat and the sweater and all that stuff, but I'm comfortable. We did go ahead and pick up some material. This is a big 4x4 inch by 3.5 by I think 5 1/4, 5 1/2. They had a pile of these at the steel place. They're just ends, right? Just trimmings from a big order that they had, and I think this piece here was $20. So as you can see, I've already kind of laid out what we're going to do with the RVS aluminum intake with the angle. what we'll do is we'll cut it here first. And what we'll do is we'll transfer these holes straight through, right? Straight on through the entire piece all the way through to here, right? And that way this side will be the side we're going to bolt the carburetor to. So the holes will be straight with this surface where it'll bolt on the mounting holes. Might be angled here, but we'll go ahead and countersink them. No big deal, right? And then this surface here will be literally like this, right? And then that way we can put the studs in, or whatever we're going to do. Probably studs, I'm guessing, for the 40 millimeter carb. I'm not against if the 40 millimeter carb ends up being the carb to have. We hang on to this one after we try them both, and we save it for the 250 or whatever. We put it up for sale, whatever the deal is with it. We can always get an IAME carb, a 175 carb that's a little bit smaller than the 40 that we had machined that's on the RVXX over at Rich's place right now. But it would still be better than the 30 that's on it, the Delora that's on it now. So we could always go to the 36. We go 36 with the 34 Venturi. It's a little bit of a step up. If we could find one of those used for a couple $100, we'd jump on that. So that's it for today. Picked up some 3/8 aluminum as well, as you can see, $9.50 for that piece to make our spacers, to space our calipers over when our rotors get here. Crazy thing is, I had a piece of 3/8 here. I laid something out on there. I think that's for the Yamaha, the little adapter deal. But there's a piece big enough there, more than big enough to make our spacers. So why did I don't know. And that's how you end up with stock. You buy it when you think you need it, and then you don't need it, so you got it. And I don't know. Hang in there, y'all. It'll get better. That's it. We're playing around out here. I'll get out to get to messing around with this. We want to get this finished up so we can move on and pack everything up. Get us some throttle cables for this stuff and call that done. And then move on. Move on. We're going to try to get to working on the Yamadog. Getting over here and cutting on this header and getting us a header that either zigzags or something that moves things around. And that's really what's holding up the whole process with this thing here. Don't want to move forward with the seat till we know exactly where the pipe's going to go and all that kind of stuff. So a little Part D update to finish off the day, the 28th. Hang in there, y'all. Godspeed. God bless. We are praying for you. Pray for us. We need it too.